Everyday talk, everyday people stepping out on faith with Renee.
It's Renee with Rene'S stepping out on faith. Everyday talk for everyday people. Get it in. We're taking calls right now. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Mr. Renee?
Speaking.
I just want to say, I love your show. What's that?
We love you too. Hello?
Hey Renee, this is Jazz from calling from Highland Park.
Hey,
Just wanted to
Jazz.
say I love your show. Keep getting it in.
We love you too, Jazz. Thank you.
Hello, Renee? I'm loving your show, baby. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to talk to you every day, you understand me?
I love to hear that.
Hey Renee, this is Kim. We love your show. We getting it in, baby. Woo woo.
All right, woo woo. God bless, Key.
Everyday talk, everyday people stepping out on faith with Renee.
Mr. Ronald Stevenson, he is something else.
You know what? We kind of got off of the specific subject of the healthcare reform bill. But as I was saying, I think if sort of everyday people knew some of the things that
Right.
were actually in the bill that would benefit them, I think more people would be glad that the bill was passed.
Right. People have issues with change. It's so, oh, we're going to change this, you know, the road from brick to black asphalt. Oh, no, don't do that. We just don't. I think people are afraid of change. I'm not afraid of change.
Okay, well, what's good about the bill? What's the good thing about that bill?
There are a number of good things about the bill. There really are. With this bill passing, people can no longer be excluded from getting insurance coverage based on pre-existing conditions.
Okay.
So
That's good.
that was a
Health
big
insurance.
That's a really
I mean,
good one.
life insurance.
no health coverage.
Okay. I didn't know they knocked you for if you were sick and then you couldn't get coverage because you were
Yes.
sick. The
If
person
you
that
have a
won coverage is because
pre-existing
you're sick.
illness and
Yes, and so that's a huge thing for people. So now if you're a dialysis patient or any of these illnesses that we've been discussing, now because of the passage of this bill, you can purchase health care insurance. And also along with the pre-existing conditions, some insurance companies considered women who had had C-sections or women who had been victims of domestic violence to be people with pre-existing conditions. And just based on those two factors, they were also being denied health care coverage.
What?
And let me see, what else is good
So with
in
this, they can't turn people away at the emergency room because if you don't have health
That's what I
insurance,
was
they
gonna
won't
ask.
see you in the
That's what I
emergency
was
room,
gonna
certain
ask.
ERs.
That's true. And then also there are other good things about it. Prior to this, if you were, say for instance, a student, you're a college student, you had to be off of your parents' insurance by the age of 21. Now it's been extended to 26. And
Right.
so,
As long as they're still in school,
yeah,
right?
so in this job market,
My
that's
daughter.
going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, they can stay on their parents' insurance 5 additional years. Also, now they're going to control the rate at which the insurance companies can increase their premiums. There was a company in California that just last year increased their premiums 39%,
Ooh.
just in 1 year. And so now that's going to be closely controlled, how much a company can raise their insurance premiums. Also, now there's going to be a mandatory amount of every dollar that an insurance company takes in. Now there's going to have to be a certain amount that they spend on patients. They can't just have 80 cents out of a dollar be profit. Now there's going to be a certain limit that they must spend on patients out of each dollar. And also, if you're, of course, it's good for people who do not have any insurance at all. But also, if you're someone who works at a company and you're purchasing your company's health care insurance, you know, whatever plan your company is offering, if your company is charging you more than 9.8% of your annual salary, you can choose to opt out of your company's plan and you can go into this new plan that has been brought about by this legislation. So there are
That's
a lot
good.
of good things in this bill that people just did not know that were in the bill.
Now, you know, hearing that, I'm wondering, who is angry?
Listen, hearing that was brings
is
up my question. So
angry?
if that's the good part of the health bill, we're gonna go to break and I'm gonna get a bloodline track going right about now. But we're gonna come back. If that's the good part of the bill, then what is the bad part?
Yeah.
Our money's getting ready to go up, our taxes, we'll come back with what is the bad part, because then we'll know why the people are trying to reject it, or they can't reject it. And I talked to a young man today. He said, "Well, it's done. You know, it's over.
It's done.
It doesn't matter if they're mad about it or what have you, because it's not changing."
But initially, Medicare was hugely unpopular. 50 or so years ago, Medicare was hugely unpopular, and now you better not take away an older person's Medicare. So people just have to, get used to change and let things take their course.
Let change come.
But it's one other thing too. Now there's always in America been a big difference in what is said and what is done.
Of course.
Okay. And sometimes the wording says this,
and
but the little loopholes and the actions get around this and that. It ends up something else. So I think people might be a little worried about that too.
I hear that. I hear that. Well, on that note, we'll be right back. We're gonna put on hate it on.
Hate on.
Hate on.
Like if you got haters out there, tell them to hate on.
Hate on. I love it. I love it.
You do while they hate on.
This is from Bloodline from Empire Records. Empire Records. Get it right, Renee. Get it right.
Renee. Keep it fair. Get it right.
Check them out. Check them out.
Nickel Slick 2008. Yeah. Young Flame. Stunner. Yeah. Empire. On fire.
Wanna hate on me, I'ma pop my heat, give you something to hate on. When I pull up in all them black trucks with all my nothing, you them you know that I clap heat, I'm with the Mac piece, stick it to him like Play-Doh. This money I'ma get mine, yeah we rich now, them boys doing it big now, yeah. Hit them soldiers steppin', yeah that's my man crew. These against wild and untamed like a zoo. I ain't the last dragon, but I glow boy. Bread in my pocket, calling me the dough boy. Now I'm the man, but you can get it if you want beef. Cause I'll pop the trunk, have them shaking like some cheeks. It's nothing to me, I do this for fun. Catch me on your block, all black like a nun. I'm on fire and I ball like Air One. You look at me different cause I stick out like a thumb. Give me the guns, I show you what to do with it. Have your nigga spinning like a fan when I'm through with them. Give me the bags, the gloves, and a black mask. Put his face in the dirt, tell him kiss the grass. When them choppers chopping, ain't nobody stopping. Roadblocks everywhere from the bodies dropping. Wanna hate on me, I'ma pop my heat, give you something to hate on. When I pull up in all them black trucks with all my nothing, you them you know that I clap heat, I'm with the Mac piece, stick it to him like Play-Doh. This money I'ma get mine, yeah we rich now, them boys doing it big now, yeah. Everything I touch is hot, guess I got firearms, try me and you'll get popped, yeah I got firearms. The difference between me and you, I ain't never scared to shoot, stump him like it was a movie, he'll be like just shoot me. And I ain't talking about the sitcom, look round, my team strapped like platoons from Vietnam. Don't care if you're the dime, I ain't a goon, I'm a clown of 45, a car boost, guaranteed to wipe him down. And we can take it there, the whip, you won't make it there. Flame here is quite clear, we can do it right here. Yeah boy, I'm paranoid, the chopper make a lot of noise. I'm petty sometimes and I know it, talking I'll pop you for it. That's some shit I can't ignore, to get mine, I'm taking yours. Out here making money, Flame gotta make some more. Thinking out here acting funny, Flame gotta pull the 4. Used to be my last resort, now we talking first option. Wanna hate on me, I'ma pop my heat, give you something to hate on. When I pull up in all them black trucks with all my nothing, you them you know that I clap heat, I'm with the Mac piece, stick it to him like Play-Doh. This money I'ma get mine, yeah we rich now, them boys doing it big now, yeah. And I'm back homie, cause I'm still hungry. I ain't feeding nobody, they can stay bony. You can try to run, but I clap feet. You ain't heard from the hook that I pack heat. And haters wanna hate, then it's their loss. I put the shine tints again, I call it lip gloss. And I bling dog, you can see it through the fog. You can tell your man to suck a dick, or he can kiss me. Y'all wanna hate on me, I'ma pop my heat, give you something to hate on. When I pull up in all them black trucks with all my nothing, you them you know that I clap heat, I'm with the Mac piece, stick it to him like Play-Doh. This money I'ma get mine, yeah we rich now, them boys doing it big.